Hello, I'm Paper Girl 1. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am playing the Stanley Parable. I've had this game for a while. And, I just haven't played it in a while. Which was honestly on purpose. But also, like, eventually I just didn't want to play it, you know? So I got that one achievement that's like, oh, go outside. It's pretty easy to get if you just forget about it for 5 years. Oh my goodness. I'm fiddling with stuff and it's on my desk and it slipped out of my hand. That's what I'm trying to say. The end is never. The end is loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite...
Hold up. I'm gonna change something really... Not audio. Bad. Video. There we go. Oh. I missed what he said. I should have waited. Sure it's like, oh, nothing, there's no thing. For a second I thought I got myself stuck. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, I turned off the computer. Did not know I could do that. It's been a while. What does this say? Username, access. I can't read that. I'm turning it off. Cool.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What if I went to the right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Employee lounge, eh? Easy.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
No, I want a cool drink. Okay, fine.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Really worth it. The pretty mountain.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Okay,
it's possible
fine.
that this is why everyone left. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why... I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Maybe. Maybe I'll give you a chance. Just potentially.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Fine, I'll follow your instruction this time.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
I'm going in
I
circles.
wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Ah. Loading, 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 loading.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes.
Wow.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
This is so pretty. But there are stairs there. But this is so pretty. Wow. It's like a kaleidoscope. If this is it, this is gonna get boring real quick. Wait, there's... Oh my goodness. There's dots. Dots. Those are so pretty. Oh my goodness. I almost want to stay here to see what comes next. But alas, I shall go on. 'Cause I can't stay here forever. As pretty as it would be. Whoa.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Somewhere.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I won't die. There's no dying in this game.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh. Oh. But... hang on. What if I go down now? Without jumping. Or... actually, what if I did jump? Because I believe that there is no fall damage.
Please, Stanley, think... No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
But...
No.
why?
No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Yes. Because it's something different. Whee!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
You sound so sad, but thing.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what
Whoa.
I'm talking about.
It's so pretty, but no. No, no, no.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You
No.
are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
No.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
No. It's just you can't stay in that place for too long. It's gonna get boring. And I don't want this to be a boring video, so that's why I'm
Maybe
doing
you're
this.
just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
Oh, he's sounding so
Like you wanted to make a
sad.
choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
He sounds so sad. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. He sounds so sad and depressed.
Is it over?
Oh.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, you poor thing. He sounded so sad. It almost hurts. What? This isn't the right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe I'll listen to him this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The door on his left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Tips
disbelief,
for not getting
Stanley
fired.
decided to go up to his
Talk
boss's
less.
office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We need less reviews. Oh, 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Interesting. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net. Some
Stanley
sort
just
of
stood there doing nothing at
child
all.
trap.
He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around
Work
and
harder,
describe every
hard worker.
fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This
Oh,
is why
shut up.
Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Space between the teenagers. Throw something in the ideas bin. 10 no more bins, trash cans. 20 remaining of the ideas can, I'm assuming. 30 fixing of me. Ideas bin. I want to check out these whiteboards. Meeting room, floor 4XX group. Able? Planning? Interesting. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Interesting. Rip Franz? Monday, weekly targets admin meeting. Marketing Mondays, I mean. Okay. That's a lot. This is a little hard for me to read. Targets. Push for funding for R+D of new coffee machine. Standardize graphs for 400 0x wide. Ongoing. Going. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Interesting. Not cost efficient. Synergize papers. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergy guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of... And it's blurred. Employee 417, 491, 431, Jim 416, and 405. Jim? Who's Jim? Who's Jim? Okay, finally I'll go because why? Room closet. Oh, room closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Interesting. But someone was in there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs. Executive bathroom. Okay. I wanted to close the door. Oh, it closes automatically, right? Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Yeah, but there's something here. I could have done something.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was used, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
It's promotion for the game, the middle one. Weird. This looks not polished. Crazy. Guess what? Not guess what. I'm assuming, yeah, loading. Loading. Lower. And adding.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, goodness. This really looks unfinished.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But it says escape. Okay, fine. I'll listen because I was thinking about just listening this time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
He's gonna sprint. Oh my god, I didn't know I could crouch.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Crazy. I was wanting to find mine. Me. I'm 427. Let me see 427. Floor 27 is right in front of me. Damn. Yep, that's my office. These are crazy rooms. Why are they all different? Okay, so I was looking at something.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
It couldn't
Had
be.
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the
Happy.
only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
No.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Danger, electric shock, risk. Off. What happened?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Yes.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Oh, interesting.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
You know, I'm gonna go back and into this mind controlling facility. That's so much better than I can't do that. What is this? Is this a barn on the side?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yay, Stanley's happy. Yay. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never, the end is loading, the end is never. The end is never. Never. See, the end is never.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Ooh, hang on.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What if I turned off everyone's thing? Oh, I can't go back into my room to turn off mine because I can't do anything about mine. Hey. Off. Any computer I see on, I will turn off. What is happening? Input received? Interesting. Anyway. Box.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I want to jump, but there's
Wow.
no such thing.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room.
This
What
actually
a
a pretty
gorgeous,
beautiful
gorgeous
room.
room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Fine.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But fine.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, I didn't. I went down the elevator. I'm going down this elevator. Elevator.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Left? You sure I can't go anywhere else? What is this? Is this dirt? Is that like water damage or something?
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Hi. Let me guess, the door's gonna close in my face?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
What were you
It's
thinking?
clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh dearie me. What is happening?
Let's see, we went
Are you
down
struggling?
Right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Ah. Truck. Car. Ah, this way. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
Did it say
The whole story
pirate?
completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Well, that's no fun. That's no fun.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Who knows? Ooh, that's off now. This one's on. Ha ha ha. Okay. But there's a door open. Oh, because I go. No, I don't go that way. Oh. I opened the door. I opened the door. I feel like I'm exploring, but I'm not. Yes, I am.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on.
Oh, I
I'm
swear I
asking
didn't
you.
touch
I'm
anything.
the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago.
I
I
didn't.
know for sure that it's here somewhere.
I didn't touch
Okay,
anything.
then.
What are you talking
It's an
about? How could
adventure.
you blame
Come,
me?
Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay, well, I can't go that way. But this way. Wow. 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 Whoa. This is a cool hallway. Those are bright lights. I found a thing. Wow.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Wow, what a good
Do we need to
adventure.
restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
All right. If you say so.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Also, I don't think I opened the door. Wait, can I? Nope, I can't open anything or close anything.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
All right, let's go.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. We'll walk back and forth until you... Whoa. This is not right. Whoa.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember,
It is
Stanley?
correct.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yeah!
Congratulations!
I win.
I
What
know
do
you
I
put in a
win?
lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
What do I win?
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Aw.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. The Stanley
All right, I've
Parable
got a
adventure
solution.
line.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Not simple at all. I will mess it up. Somehow. It's already messed up. I'm following it.
You see,
Around boxes.
the line knows where the story is. It's over in this
Whee!
direction. Onward, Stanley,
wait.
to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very
Because
manifestation
that
of the
just
nature
loops.
of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence.
It's a little hard to
right?
follow the line when
Okay,
it's on the wall.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of
Again,
this
on the
office,
wall.
is this
Whoa.
office in fact
Whoa.
the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental
On the
subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Wow, it just goes crazy. Now it's going crazy. So jagged. What's this way? Nothing. Well, that's no fun. Why is that lame swimming? This is some epic music. I monthly ledgers. Yes, ledgers. Corporal imbalances. Financial records. Annual reviews. Consolidation reports. Departmental accounts. Whoa. I'm not done reading this. Personnel files. Budget analyst. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's still on the wall and around the walls. And on the roof.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Really?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Is it because it's like a fern from the outside? I'm trying to study it hard. I want to get in the pot, but I can't because I can't stupidly jump.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story?
Yes.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Yes. Oh,
no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after
Fired.
everything we've been through, well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Damn. I'm going to keep turning off these monitors.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
Interesting.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Nah.
Sorry about that. Kind of cut off the narrator there when I paused my recording. But I basically just said, like, oh, just go anywhere. I feel like I'm going in a circle. Probably because I was for a second. And then it decided to let me go.
Oh, no, not you again.
The line.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
Line. Oh. Okay, bye, line. I guess.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
I'm going in the opposite
so
direction.
I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Okay.
Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Fine. Whoa.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Space.
My mind
Wander
goes
into
blank
the darkness,
simply because it's written here on this
find
this
a bookstore,
thing.
get bored and leave. Narrator restarts again.
Well,
the narrator
who
is
consulted
gone.
me?
After a long
Why don't I
time,
get to
Stanley
decide?
dies.
Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
I will do it.
Stopped? Does that mean Did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Don't
So, okay.
Here.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
In a
I'm not
sense.
quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Eventually.
Well, in the meantime...
It restarted. Does that mean it'll be black? No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
What could it
mean?
mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This one gets turned off. Awaiting input. Input received. Oh, I wonder if this is how I get an achievement. Anyway, I'm going to keep doing that. I was hoping something was behind me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Maybe since it restarted, something bad will happen if I listen to him. Something will go awry, hopefully.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Don't get fired.
Feeling a wave of
Do
disbelief,
unbelievably amazing
Stanley
work all the
decided
time,
to
every
go
day,
up to
with
his
no
boss's office,
exception
hoping he might find an answer there.
expectation of promotion. Room closet.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Wrench. Wire? Some wheel or something? Broom. Lazy. 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 Okay, him being silent is no fun. There we go. What if I go? I'm gonna go downstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nah. I'm gonna go downstairs. And hide under the stairs. Nah. Excuse me?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for
There's
that.
a car.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Feet.
Why
No
did
feet.
doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Yes, they were.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the
Oh
ground.
my goodness.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Crazy.
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
Crazy.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Crazy.
And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
True.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Oh my goodness, let me wake up.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job.
Wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Will it?
I am okay.
I am not okay. He's still in the area.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
And everything went black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh my goodness.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Crazy.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Crazy.
And then she turned and ran.
Ran? That's insane. The end is loading. And I should probably stop
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
This is too...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know? Just so playable. Wasn't the door on the right?
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime. a work of art.
Ooh,
What was it about
sublime.
this room that called? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
He boarded up the room closet. That's hilarious.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
He's your boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody.
What?
He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
No. No. Hey, stop. Me
Feeling
through.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Me through. Okay, I'm gonna head to the escape way instead of whatever the stupid room is. Crazy.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Violent death? Oh my goodness.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah. I thought there was writing there.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Wee. Wow. Are you sure I'm gonna die here? Wow. Oof. That almost hurt.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a
Interesting.
single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body,
Ooh.
killing him instantly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ah. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see? Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start.
Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Nature paintings. How gorgeous those are. I think that one's something, whatever. 1, 2, 3. The office. Crazy. What is this? Actually, I'm gonna read. Oh, I can't just walk through it. Okay. Or over it, I mean. Corridor. The placing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. The 2 doors. The set of 2 doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. An exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. Crazy. Credits. Crazy. Office computers. Hey, this one's playing solitaire. That one's playing solitaire. Employee database. I can't read any of that. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Crazy. Office clock says it is about, I want to say 5:50 or 40. I don't know. Damn internet adapter. Hold up. That might not work for very long, but oh well. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Crazy.
Oh, I don't know. How about
Narration outtakes. Kivan Breitling, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. I can barely hear them. Crazy. Nah, I was not looking at my screen. Clearly, because I ran into a wall. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. This is crazy.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Oh. Well then.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Well, there.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
I'm sorry I was letting her talk. I was about to cut her off. Now what? Now what? It's just a black screen. Hello? Huh. Fine, I'll quit to menu. And that'll be the end. I killed Stanley. Okay. This was the Stanley Parable. I was trying to do one ending in particular, or one path in particular, where he like does the weird games. I couldn't do it. Anyway, this was the Stanley Parable. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next video. This is Paper Girl 1, signing off.